Hello! We're back and we're talking about the last Sharknado. It's about time. That's not me commenting on the fact of me talking about the last Sharknado. No, that is actually the subtitle of the film. Yeah, so we finished film. Over. We finished the entire... It's over. There's no more. Kind of sad. I feel like they kind of started to run out a little bit of ideas in the last one. Like, ooh, they did not really... No, I don't know, they just didn't seem to have a good grasp of time travel and almost like not a Sharknado film in some ways. They kind of just ignore the Sharknados and they're like, yeah, let's just travel through time. So at least this film picks up directly after the previous film. I couldn't say about the previous film itself. Finn with his son go back in time. His son is now dead because I guess Dolph Lundgren didn't want to be in the next one because he just wanted to be a cameo, or they didn't want to pay him. I don't know. It's odd that like he doesn't show up in this film. I was like, oh, I think a while back I noticed like. I think I knew Dolph Lundgren was the son, but yeah, he's not in the next one. I was like, oh, that's rather odd. Why is that? And yeah, it's like, yeah, you can't go back in time again because time travel, wibbly wobbly timey wimey. It kind of hand waved it. I feel like it was just an explanation of why Dolph Lundgren wasn't in this film. I think they just couldn't get him back. He maybe wanted more money to be in the film longer. And they were like, we don't have money. This is a Sharknado film. We have enough money for you. Like, maybe he wanted more money to, yeah, if he was going to be in the entire film. And he was like, what kind of money? But then it was a Sharknado film. Don't be silly. Yeah, I almost think this one's probably the one of the weakest ones. It's got some of the best cameos that I like. Yeah, we end up back in time to the age of dinosaurs, where we meet up with Nova, Brian, April from before she died at the end of Sharknado 2. 3. No, 3. 3 is when there they go to space. Yeah, before the end of 3, where she dies. Is turned into a robot. She has, yeah, a mechanical hand, but she is now poor lady. Not robot lady. Well, mostly lady. She still has a robot hand. Anyway, yeah. And, yeah, it's Nova, Brian, the guy who had the baseball bat from the second film for some reason. I don't know why the fuck he's here. And, yeah, Nova, April, before they died. And Nova's from the last film before she died. Because Gil has saved everyone. But he picked these people for some reason. I should say Finn still has the head of April in his bag because anyway, they stop the first Sharknado in prehistoric times and go to the age, the medieval age, when they meet Merlin, who's played by Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they meet like another witch who's played by what was the name? Alaska Thunderfuck, which that's a great name. Mostly known as Alaska because, you know, probably a lot of people were like, oh, I'm not going to say the Thunderfuck. Still pretty strong name. They're quite fun. And Merlin's assistant is played by like Marina Sirtis, which is nice because it connects, I guess, is another. It's a kind of Star Trek reference. We've got quite a bit of a Star Trek one in the previous film with Nichelle Nichols, I just appreciate that. They're here. And by the way, Excalibur is a chainsaw blade sword. Because of course it is. They end up defeating a Sharknado, and then they end up going to like revolutionary times. Yeah, American Revolutionary. They meet George Washington and Ben Franklin and Hamilton and talk about the musical. Brian leaves because he's like, I want to hang out in the past. So he does. Even though time will be reset. Don't worry about it. He's fine. He ends up in the past. They end up beating a Sharknado with cannons. And then they go to the Wiki Wild Wild West. Where I guess Finn meets Gil. Also meets Sky. Apparently she's still alive. She was saved, but for some reason she wasn't with the rest of the gang at the start of the film. Don't worry about it. Film doesn't. And yeah, then they travel to the 50s. With Finn meets his parents. And they try to go to 2013, but they end up going to 2013 or 2013. They end up in the distant future where everyone is April. They have April bots and sharks, and because apparently, yeah, Finn left their robot head behind, so she's now created her own army, and she wants everyone's DNA. And she's evil. Don't worry about it. But April is still alive somehow, frozen in a tank where they steal her DNA. The human April. Don't worry about it. The film doesn't. But he ends up getting free, and ends up going back in time. 2013. But yeah, apparently they've perfected time travel. That's why they Finn doesn't die or just disappear like Gil does. No, but 2013, we get to go. You basically go on the boat that appears in the first Sharknado film, which is nice. I like that. I like that quite a bit. We get like the original character. I don't know if the boat captain definitely has new scenes. I don't know if the kind of Asian guy who's there to buy some stuff from him has new scenes. I think it's mostly archival footage. Could be wrong, but it seems like it's just they're just reusing the scenes from the first film. And yeah, Sharknado happens, but then also Evil April's here, but then Head April is there because at this time they save the head of April, stopping the future, and they basically end up destroying this Sharknado. Is confused, but don't worry about it. We create a brand new timeline where there's no Sharknados. Everyone's okay. We get like a lot of characters that weren't even in this film, which is nice. Like we get a lot of previous characters, even one who's like no longer here. Like we get George, his ass slapping, stool stealing guy who's still here. There's a few shots where they use a double for him, and otherwise they just reuse footage. Yeah, everyone's fine, and April's this timeline. April is basically at the bar from the first film, but this time Sharknadoes aren't a thing. And also April is not with the random guy from the first film. And yeah, everyone's happy. His cousins, Finn's cousins there, a cousin. No, brother-in-law, that's the one. One is banging his sister. He's there. Gary Busey's there. Everyone's there. Most people there, anyway. And everything's fine. We're free of Sharknadoes now. So, basically, you know those 6 films we watched? They didn't happen. So, I guess we watched these ones for no reason. These films didn't happen. I know. Some people might be a bit annoyed that happen, but guess what? These are all fictional, so they didn't happen anyway. I know some people get hung up on that. So, what? But yeah, well, everyone's fine, and the timeline's been reset, and this one felt very much like they wrote themselves in a hole when they didn't really know how to get out of it, and they somehow wangled it. But I don't know. I would have liked more timey-wimey stuff, like they have a little bit where like Brian is now a black woman rather than a white guy. For some reason it changes. You're like, yeah, we messed the timeline. It's like, cool. You gonna address that again? No. And the next time jump, there you go back to Brian, and that's it. There's no other changes. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Sharknadoes almost feel secondary. To the main plot of all these time traveling things. Like it almost feels like a time travel film, and they're like, oh yeah, no, Sharknadoes. Oh yeah, forgot about those. Fuck. It's late. I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, it's the end of the Sharknado franchise. We've not got any more Sharknado films to watch. Except for that 2025 Armageddon film, which apparently has a Sharknado in. It's like an asylum film. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's the last film. We're gonna watch some Lavalantula, which takes place during Sharknado, but it's only referenced in, I think, Sharknado 3. That's the one. Yeah, I think next week we'll watch that. And yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do some side stuff. Fun films. I've got quite a few horror films, so we'll see. I watch the Lavalantula ones because, yeah, like I said, they're kind of connected. It'll be fun to kind of finish that and then finish this. Yeah, step away from Asylum for a little bit and get something. Watch some other kaiju films. Yeah, I'm gonna sign off. I've rambled quite a bit. These films are terrible and great at the same time. I love them. I'll put them on again, watch with friends. Watch them just go, what? And question all the plot details. Especially, I can't wait to watch this one with mates. It's going to be interesting. But for now, I say, live long and prosper. We'll see you next time for something a bit different. Like Lavalantula. Bye!